we have reached till this destination that we have come to the semi-final, and within not a long time, we are going to have a final as well. That is going to be a very interesting ball game. And let me tell you all that, whether it is vice chairman or myself, wherever we have been traveling, meeting people, there is a lot of positivities been seen among the people. And the encouragement which people are carrying in their mind is unmatchable. The first compliments I would like to give it to all those participants who actually made one fact very clear is that you made the life simple, right? Life simple in the sense that you have given confidence to many of the people in the entire process, that technology can be adopted at any given point in time at any age. That is simple and the strongest message you people have given. And this is actually driving the entire ecosystem of the institute at present.
Dear friends, it has been a very interesting and very amazing journey of the hackathons. We finished first semi-final and then we are on the second semi-final today. When we discuss this AI hackathons in every conferences or with many of the members, they are excited. And they are excited because they feel that this is a AI revolution which has been started in ICAI by the AI in ICAI committee. So let's welcome our first panelist. The first panelist is Manish Aggarwal. So tech team, please take Manish on the front and present him to the all. So over to you, Manish.
Thank you, Meshi. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. So, considering the time shortage, I'll straight away move to the point and I'll share my screen. Let me share the screen and I'll move first to my presentation. So the AI tool and the theme of my use case is automating the accounting entries in cloud computing software like Zero. This is the case which I am taking. So the problems is like we have to, let's say a small businessman, they have a information, they need to punch the data in the accounting software to prepare the invoice. Now, but if I want to integrate in a simpler way, let's say a software or a spreadsheet, which is known to and which is user friendly to all of, be it an accountant or be it a client side, it would be much simpler that the data just I entered in the spreadsheet is automatically created in the form of an invoice in the accounting software. So this is the problem and the pain point that I am trying to address. But sometimes to integrate these cloud software with the accounting softwares, you may need to have an API integration and all. Now, with the new age automation tools, even this problem of API and integration is solved. You need not to do anything. It's just a plug and play model with the tool that I'm using today to demonstrate called Zapier. So Zapier is a new age automation tool wherein you can just pair and plug the Google Sheets and Zero together and see what are the power of these two tools. So I'll straight away then now move to the demo of the use case. So I'll open this app first called automation app. It's called zapier.com. You have a paid version as well as free version. But of course, if you need to do much more, you need to have a either a premium version, which is not very significant. The cost is like 1,600 a month or a discounted, let's say 800 a month. You need to take a subscription of that. Now, in the Zapier tool, there is a terminology called Zap. Zap means you create a trigger and an action. So in this tool, so first of all, I need to see what I want to integrate here. Let's see, I'll go to the home Zap. And let me see, just, okay, I'll search the app. Since I want to create accounting entry in Zero, I will search for the app library because Zapier has a lot of pre-configured these libraries. So I'll use Zero. Now will ask me what is the pairing app that I want to use along with Zero. So as I see, I want to create entry in Zero using my Google Sheet data. So I'll select Google Sheet. then it will automatically show me what Xero and Google Sheet combined can do the things. I can create expense invoice. I can create accounting entries from Google Sheets to the Xero. So this is the one case which I'm picking up, but there are a lot of other cases which we can select, but this is the one which I'm taking it for now. So I'll take this as a template wherein if I add a row in my Google Sheet, it will automatically create a draft invoice in my Xero. Of course, before doing this, you need to have a Xero account. You need to create a business. You need to set up your inventory items and you need to set up some your items and you need to set up your customers. But once this setup, which is like every accounting software, you need to do some basic configuration. Then this software will itself give you a template. Let's say a template file wherein in the Xero, I can see a download a template file. Once I download this template file, I can paste this in my Google Sheets. And here I have already created a template file, which the Xero has downloaded just to save the time here and will. So this Google Sheet is already there. Now, what I need to do here is I need to paste the data here in this Google Sheet. And now there is one more sort of automation that we can do wherein even which I'm not showing today, but even from your CRM data, like you have your Zoho, this can also be integrated as a part of your Zapier, which I'll show towards the end of this. But let's say, for example, this template file, I put the data manually, or let's say the client's accountant has put this data manually in the accounting sheet. So this is my template file, which I just downloaded it from the Xero tool, and I put the data based on my customer master and accounting masters, the data. This template file is now ready. Now let me do one thing. I'll paste this template file, one row in the Google Sheet simply. Okay. Now I have the data. Now what I need to do is I need to connect my Google Sheet account and the Xero data account so that they can work together. I need not to put any API or integration, anything. It will work simultaneously. So it will search for the sheet Xero invoices. This is the sheet that I'm using. In the Xero invoices sheet, it will ask me what is the tab that it's called Xero invoices. Now it will test the trigger. Okay, it meets the trigger. It means there is a data. Now it has automatically, based on the data on the row that I have collected, it has automatically, as a test row, say that this is are your rows and this is the data. Okay, I will say that this is the selected record. I can continue. Now it is asking me what to do as an action. The first is the trigger. That the trigger is I am putting a row in the Google Sheet. Now the next step is what to do once this action is performed. I want to create a sales invoice in the app called Xero. I will continue it. I need to link it, which is a very simple process. You just need to enter your login ID and it will integrate together. Now I just need to do a one-time mapping here. I will put Manish Aggarwal online seller. This is the name of my business here. Then I will do some basic mandatory fields like contact name. Let's say it is all, and now this data, it is taking already mapping. It's just like doing a mapping from the field it has already recognized. I will just do for the sake of convenience and time, just the mandatory fields here, but we can do all sort of mappings here. Let's say I put the tax number here. Status, it asks whether the invoice is to be directly put in draft, submit or approve. I will put it as a draft invoice. Currency, by default, it takes from the accounting software, take as an INR. Now reference, let's say I have already there in my Google Sheet template reference, it will take. Now I can put the line items. It will ask whether it should be an exclusive or inclusive. It is exclusive. Now I'll put the item code here, which is already there in my Google Sheet first line item. Just a sec. Custom item. Inventory code. Quantity. It will also come from the Google Sheet.
attention. Last 2 minutes left.
Yeah, sure. Okay, you can choose the amount. Account is custom. Okay. Okay, that's right. So this is now sending the data to the zero based on the mapping that I've done. Now I'll test this tab. It is successful. Now it has sent the data to the zero. I'll publish this. Just a sec. What will happen? I'll just transfer the existing data here. I will see a record here. It is just loading. Yeah. And as a next step, what I'll do this, I'll transfer the data here, send data. Yeah, it's success. Now I can see in my zero case, accounting, business, invoices. A draft is there. Just let me see. There was one already created. Let me just show you that this has been created, right? Yeah, you see on 14 June 5/22, this invoice is automatically created in the draft form. Now I can upload it or preview it, whatever do. And the good part is this is on a Google Sheet. So even if, let's say, someone working from a remote base, let's say make any entry in the row and it will work on a real-time basis. Okay, yeah, this is my case. Okay, I think I'll stop.
Yeah, thank you, Manish, for presenting your use case, and you have used 2, 3 tools. So now I will request our juries. So over to you, Manu Aggarwal sir.
Thank you, Manish bhai. Manish, I just saw your presentation, a nice presentation. Basically, I think what you're trying to do is that instead of going through the complex routine of making an entry, which probably a skilled person can do, all you are doing is creating a Excel worksheet, a Google Sheet or an Excel worksheet in which the fields are first pre-mapped with the software. And then once that the requisite fields are completed, it makes the entry in the accounting software.
Yes, that's the whole objective. And it's so, and it works on a real-time basis. Like Google Sheet, as you know, it's on a cloud basis. So I can share it with my accounting staff or with the staff of the client.
Okay, and you can multiple locations also. If there are 3 or 4 people at different locations, you can use the same Google Sheet and they can punch in data and it will be done on a real time.
And of course, I can enter some validation checks that data needs to be meet the proper fields and security checks where I need to see what data is entry. I can do a security and protection in the Excel. I can also connect it to the Microsoft Excel, just like Google Sheet, but Microsoft Excel would require a OneDrive paid version, which many of us would not. So Google Sheet, I thought it's a free version, but I can demonstrate it with the Microsoft Excel.
Okay, got it. But first, all the fields will have to be matched with the accounting software. That's a one-time thing. One-time job and once a okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Manu sir. Over to you, Mayur bhai.
Great, actually, I appreciate the usage. First of all, I have seen Zapier being presented by any member because it is something, a connector which can place number of integration in our overall chartered accountancy, different types of tools. So what about integration with other tools also? Is it possible to connect with other applications like GST and many of the applications? Yes.
So let's say I come
because
back to
Zapier is something we can connect with any. It's like a connector.
So I give you an example. Let's say the data that is coming to the Google Sheet. I have shown for the simplicity is I am myself entering it, but I can connect Zapier with the Zoho CRM as well. So
Oh.
the data that is put at a deal stage by any sales rep in the Zoho, that can also map to the Google Sheet template, and it can work 3 ways, like data coming from Zoho to Google Sheet, and then it will automatically flow to the Xero. So I need not to do anything, I just need to do. So the use
So
cases
you
are
are able to connect your accounting data with the CRM data also parallel.
Yes, just like Salesforce or any other enterprise automation, it has capabilities like you can connect your Zoho, Workday, Freshworks. It has a lot of apps. It has more than 6,000 apps that can work in connection with any other accounting you can use.
Great. Thank you. Nice explanation. Appreciate good presentation.
Yeah. Anything from your sir, Dr. Saurabh Maheshwari?
Sure, sir. So Manish, it was a good presentation and a good product also for the chartered accountants. My simple queries would be, see, when you are targeting to only an invoicing, you have showcased the invoicing related part and all. Now you're talking about it is possible to integrate with Zoho and other similar platforms as well for CRM. What about, have you ever thought about, it's a SaaS services. So what about the service level agreements with these people and how you are ensuring the data integrity within the system?
So obviously, when we enter into a license agreement with, when we subscribe to the paid version or premium version of this Xero or they do have their something level of SOC checks and SOC2 certifications, which we need to rely on them that our data, because most of the people are nowadays using cloud accounting softwares like Zoho and Xero. So I think there is some level of security certification which they inbuilt offer, like SOC1, SOC2, C2 certification, which we need to rely upon that our data is being stored in a secured servers. And obviously, and also we at our level should ensure that, like at Google Sheets, I need to ensure that there is sufficient data validation and checks being ensured that to maintain the integrity, like password protections, or if a new row is being deleted, I should be getting, it should be, I mean, some sort of protections and checks need to be ensured at our level. But for the cloud services, we need to rely on their certification, because I cannot do more than that what they are offering as a certification and security assurance.
And are these customizable or setting the static dashboards and all for all the users?
I mean, there are a lot of fields which I can customize. Like I need to create for GST, I can set up manual fields, like I can ensure like place of supply, IGST. There are a lot of fields which Xero, depending on the country and region they are operating, it gives you a lot of flexibility in customizing the field as well as the operations. Like I'm doing the sales, you can do an expense invoicing, you can payment as settlement as well. So it offers a lot of customization within the field and the use case as well.
Thank you, Manish.
Yes. Good one. Now, quickly from Anandji. We have reserved 5 minutes for our speech. Over to you, Anandji.
Yeah, very quick question, just an add on to what the conversation asked by Saurabh.
Sir,
So do we
yeah.
understand that?
Your
Yeah,
voice
can you
is
hear me,
big muffled,
Manish?
sir. Yeah, big, it was big muffled, yes, but yeah, now better.
Now, is it okay? Okay.
Yeah.
So my question is only on one side, which is there. So this interfaces we are building and then connectors being established and other things. Now, there is, like, as you rightly mentioned, there are SOC 2 reviews and other things which is there. But Zapier can do much more than that. Have you not thought of other features which are there, like mapping of the data and other things? Any thought process which you have on that?
Yes, sir. I
Like
have thought about
automatic mapping of data.
Yes. I have, just as I explained in my earlier to Mayur Bhai, that I can also use a connector with my Zoho CRM, wherein I can bring the automatically data from the backend from my CRM to my Google Sheet, wherein I also need not to do the punching of the data in my Google Sheet. It can back, so I can bring in multiple apps depending on how it is being used. But just for this, because I have just 10 minutes, so I can showcase only the 2 use cases, but I can indeed showcase the Zoho CRM, which is there, live there.
Okay. Sure. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for all your questions, and I hope I'm able to answer to it satisfactorily.
Okay, so thank you, Manish, for your use case and deliberation with all the juries.